Hey everyone, Yōkai here, back for the second episode of My Dressed Up Darling. And last episode we had Gojo, our main character, who's mastering the craft of dolls and clothes and all that. And we got a little bit of his backstory with the girl that caused his trauma, where she's just like, "What? You like dolls and stuff even though you're a boy? What a freaking loser! Kimoi, stay away from me, I hate you, da da da." More or less what she said. But in the future, though, with this new girl, Kitakawa, something like that, the new girl, right? She learns about what he can do with the doll clothes and stuff like that, and she's a cosplay girl, so she realizes the value there, and we can now start to build a relationship between the two of them. And I imagine this episode will kind of continue down that path. So let's jump on in and see exactly how all that works. You know, maybe Gojo will start to interact with some of her friends, right? Possibly, which could be interesting. But yeah, let's jump on in, see how that all goes. So, what did I accidentally click on? How did that even happen? Sorry, give me a second. I don't know how I accidentally opened something in my web browser, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so finished right where we left off. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't remember the title either. That was a long one. See. I didn't. I just the Slippery Girls part in general is a great title. I'd watch an anime called Slippery Girls. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Because a show called Slippery Girls, it would either be very lewd or it'd be about, like, slip and slides. Either way, it'd be worth watching. I guess it could also be referred to, like, maybe like a crime drama kind of show where a detective tries to, you know, capture these criminal girls, but they keep slipping through their grasp, you know? I don't know. That outfit still, some of these outfits. Cosplay can be a wonderful thing. Want to hurry up and do it? Yeah. Sasoku Shioka. Obviously referring to the cosplay, probably. That's because you're not cultured enough. Oh, yeah, great character designs. Oh, okay. Yeah, buy this and that. I'm a bit of an arrogant expert myself, so. Man, how cultured can one girl be? I mean, it's not uncommon in anime. We need to get this guy up to speed. This girl is kind of amazing. It's not often the protagonist is the normie in these kind of conversations. Trust me, I understand her language perfectly. I can give you some arrogant recommendations if you want some. Man, you don't know what exists out there. Yeah, she is. Can you handle this girl? Always reminds me of Ore no Imoto. Because he didn't know like to play Yumoto Eroge, and the protagonist didn't know much about the subject. It really reminds me of that now that I think about it. Oh, the heart pupils. We got the heart pupils. I think that's a... Oh, well, wow. I think that's a great idea. Man, this show goes a little further than I expected it to, I'll be honest. Can you run all that by me again? I'm sure that's what he cares about. Called an Eroge. Kamige. It does sound like it, doesn't it? The most kami of the Kamige. I can introduce you to a certain Miko. A certain VTuber. That comes back to the doll thing. Yeah. You don't have to be a boy to enjoy eroge. You don't have to be a girl to enjoy dolls. He finally met somebody who understands. I'd like to talk more about the eroge if you don't mind. A beginner's guide. That's the most generic Maho shoujo outfit I've ever seen. This girl is just so waifu material I can hardly handle it. Man, were they on the same page. But the title of the episode was about doing it now. Man, she is just so beautiful. It's kind of unreal. Man, how can one girl be so perfect? That's what I want to know. Like, how were the other characters in the show supposed to compete with that? It was a very long, interesting, exhausting day. It's not gonna be a day he forgets anytime soon. What, did you see Pantsu? I was not sure what he's reacting to there. Is that gonna be Kitakawa? Yep. In our casual clothes. Man, only been doing it for like a day and she already comes over to our place. It's great progress. Oh my god, those shorts. Yeah. Yeah. I hunted you down. Got up the age of the internet. Stalking is much easier now. I mean, invite too many may not. Man, your defense is terrible. He hasn't had a chance to hide his sensitive material yet. Oh. Yeah, fairly plain. Well, you know, you didn't give him time to put things away. Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, they really are trying to be Oda no Imoto, aren't they? Because there was a pretty similar shot in the anime. Yeah, I didn't hear much either. Jesus Christ, how much are they going to show that to me? I'm pretty sure all thinking has just stopped at this point. You can take deep breaths all you want, but... That's the title, episode title. Oh yeah, when you say that right after going into a guy's room, it could be misconstrued. Well, where would be the fun in that? Yeah, where's the motivation, man? Don't you want to do this? What? She? I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it works. Did you not know that? Like, I'm sure she's fine with it. Okay, I guess that's a loophole. Although it's really the same thing. Okay, oh. I might need a little bit of time alone after this episode. I'm okay. Yeah, sure, yeah. I, man, if I was him, I couldn't do this. I think I would have passed out by now. That is one of the most attractive girls I've ever seen in an anime, and she's wearing that. And, God damn. Trying to get this man a heart attack. Because, I mean, her just taking the shorts off would have been enough to just break me. Finish me. I don't know which side I like better, honestly. They're both pretty good. That she is. I mean, if you're a cosplayer, you gotta be... You kind of have to have a certain amount of confidence in your body and showing it off. It kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah. You know, for a second I just, like, smacked her butt, but yeah, he wouldn't do that. I would have done that. And then immediately regretted it. Gotta take this seriously. I have faith in you, man. You can do this. I know you're stronger than me. uh, if you insist. if you insist. Right, right. Let's get that with. I'll just, sit on your bed looking like this. Ah, what's the problem? Those teeth. Oh God. I mean, just you. That makes sense. I don't know it. I wasn't ready for this episode. You really should hurry up. Just Kitagawa. Just the sexiest girl you've ever seen in your life. No big deal. So we got it. Gotta phrase it that way. You're what? You're what? Do you have to do that? uh, you don't understand the willpower this takes. Oh, what's that grin about? I don't know how much more of this I can take. Okay, now I'm getting... what's the show called? Nagatoro-san flashbacks? Yeah, that... So she does have limits. Being engraved into his mind. The power of a number. You know, I didn't know so much the episode would be dedicated towards measuring. Now that you say that. Oh, yeah. Well, as soon as you said that, I had a feeling this was gonna. Although I'm not sure why that did it. What wrong idea? I don't think that's the issue. I mean, it's been pretty hot for for a while now. She's definitely an interesting one. Oh, there we go. 1 and 2. You have an extra copy of those? Study them well. Oh. She didn't put the source shorts on. No, we're really not. Oh my god, is he walking in on this? Oh. Oh god. uh. I mean, it's study material, so you know, it's not like it's fapping to it. I'm gonna die. I think my eyes are watering a little bit. Oh god, what did I just watch? Okay. Okay. Ja, skiat chow, then why don't we do it? They're just trying to make it sound lewd, aren't they? Well, that was the 3rd episode of My Dressed Up Darling. I'm actually kind of speechless, honestly. I really wasn't. I wasn't ready for this episode. I don't know how else to put it. Oh God. Okay, so let's go through this. So, the first I don't know, first third or so of the episode was a pretty direct continuation of what we got last episode. Continuing to talk to work things out, to explain to him the source material that he's trying to cosplay as, and explaining, the world of arrogance and stuff like that. And he's obviously disconnected from it. And yeah, if you're not familiar with it at all, you could easily, if someone's not familiar with any arrogance or anything like that, you could show them some very specific stuff that would just blow their mind or shock them that it exists, right? Because yeah, like I said, I'm pretty familiar with that subculture, and yeah, this guy is definitely not. So yeah, so it's not for him to take in, but he's doing his best, right? And he was pretty adamant of not starting then because it was too late at night, but the next day she took it upon herself to come over to his place. She tracked him down because she knew the name Gojo, the Hina dolls thing, and just came on by looking extremely cute in her outfit, as expected of our beautiful cosplay girl. And she goes up to his room, checks it out, and then we move on to the measuring scene, right? After getting a couple good looks at her, and yeah, he when he was reading the one book the night before, he obviously had some kind of realization about something. We didn't know what it was at the time, but apparently it was the revelation that measuring requires, like, the person you're measuring is stripped down to their underwear. And this guy, who I'm pretty sure is a virgin, that's quite a lot to do all of a sudden, especially with a girl that he recently became acquainted with, and one that's as insanely attractive as she is, right? That's kind of a tall hurdle to just say, okay, go do that now, right? So the struggle is real, definitely. I definitely get that, And this was such a lengthy scene. I feel like more than half the episode was dedicated to this measuring scene. And man, where do I even start talking about it? I mean, for one thing, he was obviously far more embarrassed and nervous about this than she was, which again makes sense. Like I said, she's a cosplayer, showing off her body. She probably has worn all sorts of skimpy outfits in public, Like, it's just, she's more, her role here, she's much more familiar with, used to, than his role that he's doing, right? So it makes sense when you think about it that way. But man, just everything from just the moment she took that outfit off, the way she took it off, all the different angles and movements and positions that we saw throughout the course of the measuring scene, the amount of animation budget that was used on some of them, like, oh God, I was struggling to kind of get together for a good chunk of that. Like I've seen actual hentai that did not turn me on as much as this measuring scene did. Like, it was just so well done. The girl looks so good. The animation was so good. The angles, the positionings, just the cute general disposition of her, right? Where she's like not really trying to, be lewd, but she's not really trying not to, she's just being her normal, kind of self, right? She's like, hey, we're doing this I don't know how to describe her. But you know what I mean? Like, she's not like trying too hard to be sexy. She just already is, so anything she does kind of just reflects that, right? And this man's just throughout the whole thing just doing his best to keep it together while I'm doing my best to keep it together. And it was a lot to deal with. Like, I think I saw some people complaining about, the first episode being fan servicey or whatever. But so, and man, this episode, like, if you're somebody that likes to go on the internet and complain about how horrible fan service is, like, you've probably seen those people if you hang out on social media at all. If one of those people would definitely not watch any more of this show if they got to this episode. But the man, he obviously struggled, but he did do it in the end, right? He had to really just, like, psych himself up, slap himself, but he got the measurements done for the most part. And throughout the whole thing, yeah, she wasn't really looking very embarrassed, but oh yeah, one shot with the legs open and the feet. Oh god, man, that man, I could be here all day if I wanted to go like frame by frame every lewd position that she took in the episode, but we don't got time for that. And YouTube, YouTube overlords probably wouldn't want me to talk about that too in depth anyway. But yeah, so the thing that actually got her embarrassed, what was it again exactly? Like, I'm trying to go to it now. Because I knew it was about to happen because he said, I want to be like Hiragawa, who never loses her head. Because he said that, narratively speaking, something's about to happen that will make her do that, right? You can feel that coming a mile away. But, like, I don't think, like, all he did was just bring the measuring tape around her crotch area. Like, he didn't even touch it, I don't think. But I guess just how it is. I mean, I know it's like the most intimate area for a girl, but, I guess I can't really fully understand that sort of thing since I'm not a girl, but I guess for her, that's just how it is, That's what does it for her. That's nothing wrong with that, if that's how it is, then fair enough. It just was a little bit surprising to me. And of course, the protagonist didn't get it at all. He just like, oh, I guess the room's too hot. Turn on the air conditioner. Mr. Dense protagonist over there. And then she put the outfit back on, but she only put the shirt on, so it was kind of like that classic, girl who, the morning after, she wears a guy's, like, white nightshirt, wearing, like, either nothing below it or just panties below it, like, that sort of thing. It was kind of reminiscent of that. And then we had the final scene, which was the most hilarious thing in the whole show, because the grandpa, he want because she gave him the study materials, right? The Aerogas Slippery Girls 1 and 2, I think it was called. And he's just like playing it with a serious gaze because he's not watching it for any lewd purposes. He wants to be able to properly do the cosplay outfits, right? So he had no shame in doing it, so he didn't like panic, try to hide like, no, it's not what it looks like, because, from his perspective, he's doing nothing wrong. It's educational, he's working hard, there's no guilt or shame there. And but the grandpa, who doesn't know that, he probably was a little bit, surprised, a little taken aback by the whole thing. The visual in general, somebody taking notes while replaying an Aerogas is kind of funny in itself. But so yeah. I'm not sure what more there really is to say about the episode, right? I'm sure there'll be so many hot takes on the internet about this episode. I have no doubt. But in fact, maybe my video will get a couple of hate comments from people that don't like how I reacted to it. It's always a possibility, but it's whatever. But it's definitely a memorable episode. This episode made a bigger impression on me than the first one did. I think it's safe to say. I was kind of hoping we would get more into some of the other girls this episode. Maybe some of Kitagawa's friends, right? We didn't do that, but I'm not disappointed with what we got, though. What we got was definitely satisfying, I would say. So I'm not really gonna complain. So yeah, if you like this episode and or my reaction to it, I hope you click the like button. Help support me a little bit. And if you didn't drop the show after this, I look forward to you watching my next reaction to it. So until then, bye bye.